Questions are interpreted in various ways amidst teachers. Some teachers see questions as an act of defiance. They feel that the student is trying to challenge his authority. He feels insulted that such a question needs even to have been asked, despite all his hard effort in the process of teaching. Then there are other teachers who are scared of questions. They don't have the answers because they don't know their subject matter thoroughly. They too have become teachers without asking any questions and just receiving what was taught in their college days. So any question thrown at them appears like a bomb that is aimed to dethrone their position as a proficient teacher. Rarely you will meet teachers who are open-minded about questions. Such teachers exist, but are very few in number. They see questions as a learning opportunity for themselves rather than the student. Such teachers see questions as a way to explore what they have been thinking they knew for so long from a different light. In this way, they highly encourage questions. There are many questions that they will not be able to answer and they know it. However, they never see questions as a threat. As a student, by default, you can be sure that most of the teachers that you'll encounter in your lifetime will be of the first kind, that is, those who hate questions. So, this type of teacher must be dealt with a great caution when you have serious questions and you are yourself of the questioning type. Don't ask questions in the classroom. Instead, when you are confused, write down what is your query on your notebook. Then, after the class, go to the teacher's room and ask him that particular query that you had written in the privacy of his chamber. The teacher will not see your question as a mutiny. Alternatively, you can make a agreement with that teacher before the class and ask him if you can ask questions during the class. Then, if he agrees, raise your hand and ask the questions when he permits. In this way, you'll be able to utilize even the most dictatorial type of teacher to divulge his hidden knowledge. The problem comes with the second type of teacher who is highly insecure. You can repeat the same strategies as earlier. However, you've got to be helpful when other students ask questions and that teacher cannot answer. You can try to defend that teacher and divert the topic with either a joke or a comment or another question that is much easier. In this way, this teacher will get back on track and will be able to deliver whatever content he had intended to without further hiccups. For the third type of teacher, it's very simple. Every question that you ask, he will enjoy and happily obliged to answer. However, you must be warned that such question loving teachers might get easily deviated from the course and you might not end up learning what will come in the exams. So, with such teachers, you must learn to bring them on track and remind them where they are left off before the question. Do that by raising your hand again. So, from this section, you have realized how you can make a difference with your own cleverness when it comes to the attitude of teachers towards questions. Do not depend on teachers. It's very difficult to change any teacher, as I already told you earlier on. However, your job as a student is to get taught and to receive some lectures. No teacher is complete, and whatever that particular teacher has got to teach, you should be able to get the full content of it. So I've given you so many strategies early on, and you can apply them. Yes, teachers must be taking up their new role, as we have discussed in this chapter, but it will take some time. And in the meantime, it is your responsibility because your learning is on the line. As for teachers and administrators, train your students to utilize their teachers to the fullest of their capacity instead of just complaining about them. That was the main objective of this particular section in this chapter. Finally, I want to talk about an issue that is bothering more and more teachers lately. The attention span of students of Gen Z and Gen Alpha has dropped significantly. There is no way that they can pay attention for 1 hour or even 45 minutes, which is the usual duration of a period of class. Even to listen quietly and absorb what they hear and see for continuous 15 minutes is a struggle for 80% of the students nowadays because they have been brought up with the addictive reels and shorts and TikToks as they grew up. Then, in this already bad recipe consisting of poor attention span, add the self entitlement attitude that students bring, being either a single child or the general trend in almost all cultures. Now, what you have is a very noisy class. They will start chit chatting with their friends sitting next to them or across the various benches. The noise level grows exponentially with the increase in the number of chit chatting students, and then the class becomes out of control. It sounds more like a fish market than a classroom. In such classes, almost half of the duration is spent in asking the class to maintain order and to listen. It is a draining effect on any teacher. In the earlier days, there would be few noise makers. As a result, by throwing one or more of them outside the class, silence would be restored. However, nowadays it's a majority of the students that make noise. So unless you are going to teach just 10% of the students, throwing the noisemakers out of the class can be a solution. In my experience, the best way to deal with a noisy class is to use a microphone and a speaker. If you are able to speak loudly, then the noise and the chit chat will go down. It's intuitive reaction of a mass of people. They are alerted to a louder voice, so they will tend to chit chat less. I'm amazed that so many teachers do not know that, and they will keep on teaching with their soft voices despite the noise in the class. Now, what happens is even those who were attentive will not hear, and they will start engaging in chit chatting. So, this is what the speaker reverses. Even those who are making a noise will be startled, and they will momentarily stop talking. This will lead to others reacting by also stop talking. In this way, a virtuous spiral is created of silence. Movement in the class also helps in controlling the silence. instead of just demanding silence from the podium, you should get down and move towards the students who are making noise and continue your lecture from there. The chit chatting students will stop because of your vicinity. However, you have to get back in front because people need to see you in order to refrain from making noise again. Another important technique to control the noise is to change the sitting plan of students. Bring the noise makers from the back to the front. Not only that, mix students from one bench or one corner of the room to another bench or corner. Noise occurs between people who are familiar with one another. So, when you are able to remove this element of familiarity between two neighbors, then definitely the noise level decreases. Many times, students complain that they have been falsely accused for being the noisemaker when in fact it was their friends sitting nearby who were the culprits. If you try to defend your judgment, then there'll be further noise. Just accept their claim of innocence and continue your lecture. The logic is that the person who was falsely accused will act as a deterrent for those who missed being accused. And then, if that student you picked was in fact at fault but was lying, then the fact that he was identified will send a message to others that that teacher will reprimand and probably take action in case there is noise making students. So I have enumerated some strategies to control the class from making noise, but the problem is much bigger. The reason the class is out of control is that the students are not interested in the studies and in your subject. Also, they are not able to understand what they are being taught, so they just lose their attention. This whole book is a strategy to help you control the class. You have to use the four brain learning approach to deliver your lectures. In this way, every student would be happy because their unique learning style would have been catered. So, as a teacher, I hope that you will read the full book.